Hello, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I am Nick from Australia. What a game of football. The Panthers versus the Eels. The Panthers win the game, 8 points to 6. The Penrith Panthers are through to the preliminary final where they will take on the Melbourne Storm. Last year's grand final rematch will be played next week in the preliminary final up there at Suncorp Stadium next Saturday afternoon. It should be an absolute cracker. Parramatta, they've gone out the second week of the finals once again. They just can't seem to get past the second round of the finals. There will be questions asked about a few big-name players at the club now. There'll be questions about Brad Arthur. So, Parramatta, man, they had a lot of opportunities tonight to win that game against Penrith, but they just could not get the job done. I thought a two-point field goal from Parramatta might have been the best option. You know, they couldn't score a try. The one try they did score was off a knock-on from Dylan Edwards. But unlucky for Parramatta, the Panthers. Their defence was too good. They advanced to the preliminary final. But before I get into the review of the semi-final between the Panthers and the Eels, make sure you guys go ahead and like the video. Comment your thoughts on the game in the comment section below. And most importantly, guys, hit that subscribe button. Turn the notification bells on as well. But let's get into it, man. What a cracking game. A semi-final classic between the Panthers and the Eels. And it all started off very fast for the Panthers. In the 6th minute, Controversies split through the Eels defence. A nice pass on the inside to Nathan Cleary, although the ball was at his feet. Cleary picks it up and gets tackled short of the line. Incredible try-saving tackle from Dylan Brown. He did very well there, so unlucky for Nathan Cleary not to score first. And then in the 9th minute, the Eels with a captain's challenge. They challenge a Dylan Brown knock-on from dummy half. They win the challenge. It did not drop the ball at all. Parramatta get the ball. And a minute later, 10th minute, Mitchell Moses puts up those massive torpedo bomb. Dylan Edwards lets it bounce. He knocks the ball on. And then Wagga Blake just pounces onto the ball and scores the first try of the game under the post. Good try from the Eels. Yeah, it was a lucky try, but in these semi-finals, you take whatever opportunity you can get. And yes, it was a lucky try, but you got to take every opportunity you can get in these finals. So, good try from the Eels. Moses bomb. Wagga Blake scores. Eels 6-0 after 10 minutes gone in the game. And then in the 15th minute, the Panthers, they go for a captain's challenge with a bit of a razzle-dazzle play. Will Penanisi unfortunately touched the ball and he knocked the ball on. Panthers win the challenge like the Eels did. And when the Eels scored their first try, it was off a captain's challenge win. The Panthers' first try is also off a captain's challenge win, where in the 16th minute, Nathan Cleary put a grubber kick in for Kurt Capewell. Kurt Capewell ends up scoring the try. Poor read from Sean Lane in defence there. Yeah, a very good try from Kurt Capewell. Nice kick from Cleary. What's his name? Kurt Capewell scores. Cleary converts it. Scores a little bit up at 6 apiece after 16 minutes gone. And then 20th minute, a no try to Jerome Luai. Obstruction from Matt Burton on Mitchell Moses. I think this call was a little bit harsh, but the rules are the rules. The obstruction rule, we all know the obstruction rule is an absolute mess, but it was the right decision. So no try to Jerome Luai there. And then in the 21st minute, Stephen Crichton, no try to Stephen Crichton. Paul Momorowski, all he had to do was just hold the ball himself, and he probably goes over and scores, but he passed the ball. He tried to pull the Patrick Herbert moment from last week. Momorowski passes the ball. It's a bludger of a pass. Crichton's foot was on the dead ball line. No try to the Panthers there. 22nd minute, Wagga Blake's off, injured with an ankle. So Will Smith comes on and goes to the centres. And then right on half-time, there was a high tackle from, I believe it was Marata Niakore on Liam Martin. It was Will Smith on Liam Martin. Sorry, Will Smith with a high tackle on Liam Martin. Nathan Cleary goes for the penalty goal from 35 metres out. He converts the penalty goal. Wagga Blake does come back on the field as well at this same time. Back on for Will Smith. Half-time, Panthers lead the Eels 8 points to 6. It was a physical, it was a quality, a cracking first half of footy. Panthers have the lead. Second half though, 48th minute, Nathan Cleary puts up one of those torpedo bombs. It's pretty much a Nathan Cleary special. A knock-on from Ferguson. Burton passes it to Brent Naden. Naden knocks the ball on in the corner, but it doesn't matter. It's no try because Jerome Luai was offside. It was inside the 10 metres, so the Eels get a penalty. And then in the 52nd minute, The Eels go for a captain's challenge. Even though they lost what they were trying to challenge for, they were trying to challenge for a new set, I think it was, and they lost it. They were unsuccessful in the challenge, but they still kept the challenge. It just doesn't make any sense. Absolutely crazy. And then, so 74th minute, the Panthers captain's challenge. Api Coruscant knocks the ball on, or does Ray Stone rip the ball out of his hand? I believe it was a loose carry. So good decision from the bunker. The Panthers lose their challenge. Parramatta on the attack. Plenty of opportunities in this game. I was thinking to myself, well, they can't score a try. They've tried all game to crack them. They can't do it. Why don't they go for a 2-point field goal to try and level the game out, and then we could have a field goal shootout between Mitchell Moses and Nathan Cleary. But no, the Eels, they try something with a minute to go. Ray Stone throws a pass to Junior Paulo. Paulo knocks the ball on. That's the ball game. The Panthers hold on. They win. They advance to next week's preliminary final, I should say. The Panthers advance to the prelim. They will take on Melbourne in a grand final rematch next week in the preliminary final. As for the Eels, it's another second round exit for them. It's really disappointing for the Eels. You know, they were so brave tonight. Their defense was great. They definitely should keep their heads up high. But again, a second round exit for the Eels, it's just not good enough. And something needs to change at that club. So there'll be a lot of question marks now on Brad Arthur. There'll be question marks on pretty much everyone. I know they didn't have a recognised hooker tonight, but just not good enough. They just could not get the job done. And, you know, I don't want to be critical of Mitchell Moses, but here's the thing. When the game was on the line, he did not stand up, unfortunately. But Nathan Cleary did for the Panthers because he was great all night, I thought. But not good for the Eels. But let's go through some of the players tonight. We'll go through the Panthers first, or their players. I'll tell you what I thought about them. We'll start with the fullback, Dylan Edwards. Now, he had a decent game, but he had a few errors in him as well, so he was a bit of a mixed bag for mine. Stephen Crichton was fairly quiet for his standards. Brent Naden, I thought Brent Naden did a great job for Brian Toto. Naden played really well, I thought. Momorowski had a really strong game. Matt Burton was solid in defence. Now, Jerome Luai, his attack, I'm still a little bit critical of his attack, but I thought his defence was very, very good. So Jerome Luai's defence was good, so he gets a pass mark for mine tonight. Nathan Cleary, I thought he was outstanding tonight. Thought he had an incredible game. I thought Moses Leota was quiet. Api Coruscant had a good game. James Fisher-Harris was fairly solid. Liam Martin was a little bit quiet for mine. Capewell had a really good game. Isaiah Yeo was outstanding for mine. The Panthers bench, I thought William Kikau was a bit quiet. He only ran for 20 metres. He went off injured though, which was a bit of a shame. I thought Scott Sorensen was a little bit quiet. I thought Tavita Pangai Jr. was outstanding for the Panthers. I thought his impact off the bench was very, very good. As for the Eels, though, thought Clint Gutherson was okay on stats, but as in terms of, you know, being a key factor for the Eels, it was a little bit disappointing for mine. Hayes Dunster had a really good game for mine. I thought Ferguson was good. I thought the Eels centres, Will Penanisi and Wagga Blake, thought they played really well. Dylan Brown was okay. Mitchell Moses did some alright things, but he did not take the game by the scruff of the neck and win the game for the Eels. That's his job, and I don't think he did that tonight. He had enough chances to win that game for the Eels, and he just couldn't do it. I thought Regan Campbell-Gillard was outstanding. I thought Junior Paulo was incredible. Ray Stone, defence was very good, but again, they lacked that creativity from dummy half with no Reid Marnie or Joey Lussick available. I thought Sean Lane's defence was very good. Marata Niokore played well. Nathan Brown was okay, but he didn't come back on. I thought maybe he's got like an injury, but he didn't come back, unfortunately. Will Smith did an okay job when he was on the field. Isaiah Papali'i and Ryan Madison were very good for the Eels, and Bryce Cartwright was a bit of a waste of an interchange for mine. Now, I thought both sides played really well. It was a very tough game, and it could have went either way. But the Panthers' defense was a little bit too good. But I'm a little bit disappointed with what happened at the end. What's his name? Got injured. So Mitch Kenny goes off with pretty much a sprained ankle or something, and the Panthers get away with a free interchange. Well, it shouldn't have been a free interchange to begin with. It should have been 13-12. You know, I know that might sound a bit unfair, but that free interchange should not have happened. That was disgraceful, and I think you'll hear more about that in the coming days from the NRL. The Panthers may get a big fine from it, but Tavita Pangai Jr. should not have been allowed to come back on the last 4 minutes, 3 minutes or whatever it was, because Mitch Kenny, that wasn't an injury where it was a head knock or, you know, it was just an ankle injury. It was an injury that happened in a tackle. It's ridiculous, but anyway, I guess we'll hear more about that. But great game of footy, one of the best games of the year. Defensively, both sides were very, very good. Not even a point scored in the second half, but Parramatta, they couldn't get the job done. They had so many chances, but unfortunately for them, it just wasn't to be. But my top 3 players on ground for the Panthers versus Eels game semi-final tonight. Number 3, I'm going to go with Junior Paulo from the Eels for number 3. I thought he played out of his skin. I thought he was outstanding. So Junior Paulo gets number 3 for mine. Number 2, I'm going to give number 2 to Isaiah Yeo. I thought he was incredible around the ruck. I thought he played outstanding, Isaiah Yeo. And number 1, my man of the match, Nathan Cleary for mine. I thought his kicking game was outstanding. His defence was great. His shoulder had a bit of a scare a couple of times, but he just kept playing. He kept defending, kept turning up. His kicking game was simply world class, and I thought his kicking game is the reason why the Panthers won the game tonight. But for mine, great game of footy, one of the best of the year. The Panthers win. They will play Melbourne next Saturday afternoon in the preliminary final. Parramatta are eliminated from the finals. But guys, that's it for the semi-final football review between the Panthers and the Eels. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure you guys go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, guys. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you thought about the game in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.